Hey there, Golden Lake. Mr. Gerst here. Just wanted to say hello this week. Um, we had an epic Saturday, but I'd be remiss if I didn't start with just saying some words about our colleagues that are down in Texas today, day after a senseless, horrific, incomprehensible act of violence that took place in an elementary school. Kind of shakes you hollow. It really does. But what I will say is Golden Lake continues to visit our systems that we have in place. Those systems are our visitor management system. This year we don't have visitors in the building, but we are a locked facility over the course of the day, and we do run our visitors through that system if they are in the building. Along with that, all of our staff have been trained in ALICE procedures, and we work with our students on what those are. That talks about what would we do in the case of an internal threat? What would we do in the case of an external threat? Those types of things that, unfortunately, we have too much research on to say what works best and what doesn't. So just know that the ALICE procedure is the top-notch system that we have in place as a preventative measure and a response to these senseless, tragic, horrific, irrational, idiotic things that we have to now deal with in our public school system. Um, so if you have questions, also feel free to reach out, but also know that Golden Lake's small town feel, we know our students, we're watching our students, we know that students might ask questions, and if we have a student that's struggling, or if you know that your student's struggling with this, let us know so we can help provide them perhaps a counseling session or just an adult conversation outside of mom or dad. Also know that there are plenty of other resources that are out there, how to talk to your children about tragedy, how do you talk to your child about some of these ishy, yucky topics that have become a little bit more prevalent that no one wants. Recognizing that we need to talk to kindergartners different than we need to talk to fifth graders who might be more involved in social media and some of those types of things. So again, passing on our deepest sympathy and empathizing with our colleagues in Texas. Also want to provide some perspective while these things are just as I've spoken about. Over the course of a school year with 50 million students and so many schools, that perspective or proportion, they still are rare. One is way, way too much, but also recognizing that as well to help provide a sense of safety and a feeling of perspective, that there are some challenging people in this world that do not make good choices with that. Continue to reach out. We'll do the same. Hang in there. We're continuing to move forward. Speaking of, well, let's switch gears. Celebration. Our 50th celebration was probably one of the high points of Golden Lake, at least in my tenure, as far as community involvement. We had well over, some people estimate about 1,500 people here over the course of that day. We had 120 alumni come back. We had just under 500 student grab bags taken. We had so many fun reconnections that day that celebrated the legacy, that celebrated Golden Lake being part of this community for 50 years. We couldn't do that without you. Thank you for continuing to partner with us. A huge thank you to our PTA. Wanted to send a special thank you to Kelly Schutte, our PTA president, and our vice president, Nicole Kustrup, who were absolutely irreplaceable in the planning moving forward. I don't want to skip any names, so I'll just recognize our chairs, but our silent auction chair, Michelle Wetter, our concessions chair, Alex Cordera, and our games chair, Ali Whitey, who really just did an amazing job, but it took so much more. So if you were part of that, thank you. We could not have had that event and that amount of success without you. So very, very big congratulations to everyone. These last couple weeks of school, we're going to try to end on a high note, as we always do. We have lots of fun events. First of all, we have a kindergarten graduation, last day of school. Parents, you're invited, 2:30. We have a fifth grade graduation. That's the day prior, and that'll also be at 2:30. Parents are invited. We have a school-wide track and field day. K1 and 2 will be running at approximately 9:30, wrapping that up right around 11:30. Our third, fourth, and fifth graders will be launching right at 1:15, wrapping up before the end of the day. That'll obviously be outside. Parents, you are all invited to that event for a special day as well. We have a special event this year in the fact that these are seniors that'll be coming back. I've been here 13 years, so they were kindergartners here my very first year of school. They're coming back on Friday to walk the halls and wear their cap and gowns and our pomp and circumstance. Our student body will be cheering them on, and they get to do a check-in with their elementary favorites before they go off to their next adventure. So what a great way to wrap up that week. Last but not least, this weekend is Memorial Day. I want to pay tribute to the troops who have sacrificed everything to help make this country as great as it is, and doing everything that they've done to protect us, to allow us to do the things that we do, including public education. So if you're traveling, travel safely. If you're resting, rest well. We will see you next week. Until then, goodbye.